These are remembrances of Dr. King and the King family as Coretta Scott King's other daughter, or her goddaughter. I had the privilege in third grade of going to Hunter College to the auditorium, and Dr. King spoke, and Mrs. King leaned over and shook my hand, and I wrote her a thank you note. My parents had a library with all of Dr. King's books: Stride Toward Freedom, Where Do We Go From Here, Chaos or Community, Letters from a Birmingham Jail, and I was so excited. And I got 3 weeks later a handwritten letter from Mrs. King thanking me for my thank you note. And that began my journey. Fast forward, Yolanda King, their eldest daughter, and I were in college at the same time, and both of us were interested in theater. She worked for a little while for my late brother, who was an assemblyman, and so we got to know each other. And I had to convince Mrs. King to let Yolanda go with me to Africa. I had gone the summer before, and Yolanda wanted to go, but we were going to backpack through 8 countries in West Africa. And backpack we did. We started in Ghana, and we ended up in Nigeria, and we bonded. We became sisters through the Bamako Express and all kinds of experiences that when you're on the road together in the bush in Africa, you're going to be close and tight. And so we became best friends. Fast forward, in 2002, I became the first female president of the 100-year-old Hampton University Ministers Conference, the oldest Baptist Ministers Conference and the largest African-American clergy conference in the world. And so I invited Yolanda to come with me as my friend, and she called and said, guess what? Mother wants to come too. So Mrs. King came. I got a call from Dr. Dorothy Height after I hung up with Mrs. King. And she said, Susan, you're not inviting me? And I said, Dr. Height, you would like to come? And she said, of course I would. So there, as I take this historic walk onto the stage as the first female president of the Hampton Ministers Conference, Mrs. Coretta Scott King walks out. Then Dr. Dorothy Height walks out. Then Carol Moseley Braun, the first female Black U.S. Senator, walks out. And then I come. And on that occasion, Mrs. King said publicly, this is my other daughter. And from that moment on, she claimed me and I claimed her. And in 2005, she invited me the last service that she would be present to Ebenezer Baptist Church, the old Ebenezer in Atlanta, to be the keynote speaker for the commemorative service of Dr. Martin Luther King. She entertained me and made sure my family and I were comfortable, and she gave me a complete set of Dr. King's library. Everything he had written, she signed, and everything she wrote about him, she signed. And so I now have their complete library that I will always hold dearly to my heart. The next day, on the front of the USA Today, the picture appeared with me and Mrs. King, with her embracing me as her daughter. And so I am so fond of what happened with her life. And then the family honored me with helping me co-officiate her homegoing service. And so I am just honored today as we remember Dr. King and all that he did for us, that we also honor the women of the movement, the woman who walked beside him, Mrs. Coretta Scott King, and all the names we know, but all the names we don't know of women who worked in the forefront and the background, who marched. And so on Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday, I want us to remember that they did their part. They took the hoses and the dogs and they walked the bridges, but we must continue to walk. If you're not one who's a marcher, then align yourself with those who are organizers, or you might be a strategist, or you may have another role to play, but do something. And if when we've done the best of our service, telling the world what we have done, then I believe we will get commended by God and he'll say, well done. So today I'm honoring the fact that I had a chance to walk with greatness. And I continue to walk with greatness, and you are great who are looking at this video. Greatness is within us, and we are women and men of destiny. And so I charge you, I implore you for us to do our part. The baton has been passed. We can't drop it. This is the Olympics of our time, and we've got to run this race. In times like these, we need a savior. In times like these, we need a movement. And I want to commend all of those who continue to march and continue to fight and continue to advocate. And so for this day, As the other daughter of Dr. Martin Luther King, Mrs. Coretta Scott King, I want to salute his life, remember her life, and all the women and the men, and my best friend Yolanda and Dexter. Thank God for my life with them, and may we remember this day, not just today, but always. This is Dr. Sujay, AskDrSujay.com or DrSujayGlobal.com, and it's been my honor to be with you. But most of all, it's been my honor to walk with a king, but also to walk with a queen.